Welcome back. You're here with Christian. Lucky Collie's over there hanging out, and here to try to make another video. Still working all out the kinks here at Dude Bro Television. Getting the camera set up right, and the lighting's just right, and whatnot. And bear with me. I'll get it together sooner or later. This is all new to me. So, excuse me. This video is about how I play DFS on DraftKings. A lot of different ways to do it. A lot of ways to spend a lot of money on it doing it. So, kind of here to talk about that. And if you're new to DFS, we're going to throw some terms around here. I'll explain them as I go. So it'll be give you some insight on how this works and how I approach it. Kind of approach DFS these days the same way I would approach a craps table at a casino or something like that. Shortening my odds, looking for ceiling, minimizing floor, just like selecting players. You want to give yourself the opportunity to have an upside kind of day where it makes you smile, and while obviously minimizing the risk. So we're going to talk about a few tournaments and styles of games and whatnot, and DraftKings, and how we're going to be dispersing. First of all, I'm going to make a point on that generally speaking, we're going to be making 1 to 3 lineups per slate, and we're going to try to get those in as many contests as possible. Not a big player, full disclosure. I don't drop a lot of money every week. Some people might say I do. I definitely don't think I do. So, usually be able to grind out on a few $100. Worst case scenario, best case scenario is you have a good week and you're fine for the rest of the season. Hopefully you can take a few bucks out along the way. Looking for that ceiling day. Looking for that ceiling day. Right lineup in the right tournament. You're gonna get there. What it's all about. 200-point lineup. If I make a 200-point lineup, and it can take off from there. That's what it's all about, really. I am not a mass multi-entry player. 150 max. No, not doing any of that this year. I enter those tournaments with my 1 to 3 lineups, if that. Definitely with at least my primary lineup that I put in single entry tournaments and stuff like that. But anyway, type of tournaments that I like to focus on are inexpensive and small field, and then single entry tournaments. They're cool because you kind of show off what your main lineup is. Everybody's main lineup. So single entry is cool. Downside with single entry GPPs are tournaments. Those are the ones with the high upside. Biggest problem with those is that the min cash is usually only 50%. So you hang in there, you cash, and you made 50%. Might as well play 50-50 game at that point. So like I said, I like to try to play cheap tournaments. On the early slate, there's usually about a half dozen 25-cent tournaments with minimal fields, under 500 people. I love those. Those are great. As those fill up, more get added. There's $1, there's a $3 one. Those are the kind of tournaments that's how you're gonna like actually kind of make it through the years, is hitting on smaller stuff. Your big field tournaments, like I said, min cashes they're tough to come by. But so coffee. So single entry tournaments, obviously single entry for one person. DraftKings is supposedly very strict about these sort of things, so we'll take them at their word, and we put our lineups up against each other. Now, you get a lot of bigger field tournaments with a 20 max entry. I will also be in a lot of those based on price, and why not? Obviously, you can make 20 different lineups. You can put the same lineup in 20 times. When I feel like gambling, sometimes I do that. If it's a good lineup, it's a good lineup. Moving on from there, got cash games. Cash games have prize lines of about half. Like if you can be if you're in the top 60%, you cash. Sounds easy, it isn't. And in a lot of those, well, in all of those, it's a double up prize or a 90% prize. You could have a 300 point lineup in there, and you will double your money. And that actually really hurts because I did some shit like that with baseball years ago. I did a fucking 50-50 and lineup took off and I had nothing else when I first started out, so I was just kind of trying stuff. So you gotta watch out, you gotta know what you're playing, you gotta minimize your risk, you gotta give yourself a ceiling. Let's talk about ceilings. And you got the Million Maker. Every week DraftKings gives you a chance to win $1 million. I do not play that tournament. Maybe once a year when it's only $10, and I've been maybe playing well as of late, something like that. But it's a bad payout structure. It's a bad bet. It's definitely not something that I would. I think you get 20 entries on that. Sometimes it's 20. I'd rather throw something in a 500-person tournament for $500 than before I put $400 into the Millie. Call me crazy, but this payout structure is bad. Most of the payouts min cash, so meh. Huge field, and chances are there's somebody out there that has better information than you do. That's always a good chance. See, Brock Osweiler a few years ago won somebody $1 million because Brock Osweiler. Anyway, so yeah, the cash games, I use them as hedges and bonuses. What I mean is, I like to play maybe a 10-20% allocation into cash games for a simple hedge and or bonus. Let's say the lineup's good, it cashes in my tournaments, nice and smooth, just green all over the place. So I'll pick up that. I'll obviously win my cash games, 50-50 style kind of games. I'll win those if I'm cashing in my tournaments. So take that as a little 20% bonus. There's also the situation where maybe your lineup isn't quite good enough that week and you're just outside of min cash in your tournaments. There's a strong chance you're going to cash in you're gonna cash in your cash game. So you get a 20% insurance on that. Now, if your lineup sucks, you're gonna lose anyway. So that's how it goes. But cash games are just as risky, I feel, and with no ceiling. So might as well be playing tournaments as far as I'm concerned. Three entry tournaments. The reason why that occasionally I will have a inclination for making 3 lineups in a week. Those will be 2 pivots off of my primary lineup. Just trying to mix up some guys that didn't quite make the cut, and trying to mix it up a little bit and see if I can get a better sauce out of it. So, and So obviously I might have, and once again, occasionally I will just enter my primary lineup 3 times in a 3 entry max. If the lineup's good, you'll grab a nice chunk of the upside. So, and that's never a bad thing. Like I said, we're here to minimize risk and maximize ceiling, and help get us there. But as far as cash games versus GPPs, I am a tournament player, and so I'll be approaching it as such. So if you're a cash player, good luck with that. Beyond that, sounds pretty good. I'm gonna see how this sounds, and I might post it, might not, but we'll take a look later.